Namaste. Welcome to The Inspirations. To address your appetite of being inspired, hereby presenting you the new episode of Inspiration. And today we are very happy to get a distinguished guest in our studio. Every day they wake up with a notification telling that today is this festival, today is that festival, and this is the relevance of this festival, today is this day. And it also navigates through the date, Bikram Sambat and also AD. Nepal's most downloaded mobile application, Hamro Patro, and tonight we have the founder of Hamro Patro with us. We feel very happy to have him. Welcome, Shankar Uprety Dai.
Thank you so much, Jörg. Thanks for having me.
That's great because it's one of the largest digital engine that Nepali people use. Let's get started by your life journey. I mean, where it began till Hamro Patro and till today.
Yeah, so my journey with the computers actually started when I was in Birgans. So it was 1995, and then there was maybe hardly a few computers in Nepal. And then in my school, Birgans, so my principal bought 2 computers, and then both of them were covered with the drip. And then so there is a notice that hey, whoever wants to learn computers, just contact. Mm-hmm. So I was one of the first the students who wanted to know what it is. And then when I went to computer class, and it was covered with the drip, and I asked sir, show us the TV, show us the computer. And then when he opened the drip, it was very similar to the TV. I said, oh, computer is like a TV.
Oh.
And then when he turned on the computer, and then there was a Nepali word called swagatam. Mm-hmm. So that really hit me. Oh, how does the computer knows the Nepali language? Uh-huh. So that was I was so much interested in learning this. Can I do the same thing, like writing the Nepali word in the computer? So actually that's how my journey with the computers started. At that time there was no computers, so I learned typing by copying in the paper, and then just practice in the paper, writing all the keyboards layouts. Okay. So yeah, and also at that time it was not very easy to learn, so I had to walk 2-3 kilometers to the library to learn the computer books. It was not that easy, and then I have to skip the lunchtime to go to the lab. Mm-hmm. So that I can use the computers because I didn't have the computer at my home. So I think my childhood was very much inspiring for me itself. So I got so much attached to the computers. That's how it started this journey. And then later on, I completed my Bachelor's of Engineering Computer Science in 2004, and then went to US to study Masters. And there I actually developed Hamro Patro.
That's so inspiring. And I'm a normal average guy from Birgans who first saw computer in his school life and was so fascinated by the computer is now today a founder of Hamro Patro, I mean Nepal's most downloaded mobile application, and also contributing globally in technology. So this is inspiring for all of us. I mean, we all have that similar potential to work out, and you are an example, true example to a lot of Nepali people. And I mean, after you went to the United States, so what triggered you to make this, I mean, Hamro Patro?
Yeah, so I went to US in 2008, and at that time the social media was not that popular. So mm-hmm. It was really hard for me to know what date is back in Nepal. And also I didn't want to miss the Mother's Day. So we have our own calendar. And I don't want to miss the smaller festivals, but very significant, like the Kwanti Khane Din. So it's smaller events, but that has a very high impact on our society, our life as a Nepali culture. And then so after 1 year I went there. So like every Nepali back in those days, we used to take the Patro with us when we were going to the US. Yeah. So after 1 year it expired, right? Then I didn't have any way. So only one way was just asking someone who is coming from Nepal, just bring me the Patro. Mm-hmm. And then I also had the iPhone at that time. And then it was the first time Apple actually allowed people to write the third-party app. And I thought I need a Patro, so I thought maybe I can make my own Patro. So that's why that's the idea was. So the paper calendar will expire after 1 year, but I make it digital, so every Nepali out of Nepal can use it, and they can learn about the dates back in the Nepal. So that's the main motivation for me, and I did that for myself. I was not thinking about anyone else. I thought if I have that, I would know what state in Nepal.
This Patro is so much popular in diaspora community because that's the only technical navigator or narrator which talks about the festivals that happens back in Nepal. So as you also live at the United States, so what is the feedback or what is the verdict of diaspora community towards the Patro?
Before a long time ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, people just used to see the dates. These days, people actually open the app to learn about the events, right? So one of the persons in this morning was saying, "Oh, because of Hamro Patro, I know today is a Tiger's Day," right? So those kind of dates, and if people didn't have the Hamro Patro, they wouldn't know about all these dates and the significance of those events. So yeah, so people from Nepal as well as the Nepali from outside of the Nepal, I think they love Hamro Patro because it keep them informed. So and our motto is that connecting the global Nepali together. So yeah, we are working on the connecting people from outside of Nepal as well inside the Nepal. So that's our motto as well.
I mean, to the audience that are, listening to us or looking us in this video, Hamro Patro has a lot more other features than just, Patro. So we will come back to it later. There are things, we would like to listen from you in digits. How much downloads Hamro Patro has, and also what's the average per second user in Hamro Patro. So can you tell a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we have Hamro Patro have 5 apps, more than 5, so maybe 6-7 apps. So the most popular app is Hamro Patro, and it has been downloaded in Android. More than 10 millions. And also we have another very popular app called Nepali Keyboard. So it has been downloaded more than 8 million times. And so our daily users are around 1.5 million daily active users. Similarly, our monthly active users are around 8 million. And then people spend around 14 minutes per day in our app. So that's the stats.
So now coming into, Hamro Patro, probably this question less people might have asked you, or maybe not. There are the two sides of the usage of Hamro Patro. One for an average Nepali, or how is Hamro Patro beneficial for a community, and also how can be Hamro Patro beneficial for corporates or products or advertising. So we would like to listen it from the founder himself. How is Hamro Patro useful for a community?
Yeah, so the first, for the community, right, is a single source of informations for every Nepali. So we have the news aggregation, so you can read the news from the trusted source from the Nepal, as well as we have also aggregate the radios. And also there are so many other features like the price of the gold, silvers. Even you can, from Hamro Patro, you can know what's the vegetable price today. So there are so many informations that people can use Hamro Patro and get updated. And other side is that we are also helping the corporates to reach to the right market, right audience. So for example, if you want to introduce a product for the Nepalis who is digitally engaged, so Hamro Patro is good platforms, and we have lots of clients and the advertisers that are using Hamro Patro successfully, and we provide the best the results to our clients. And also if we want to launch a product that's target people outside of the Nepal, then also they can use Hamro Patro as a platform. So it's for the users, we are giving all the information, right information, timely informations, and also keep them updated with the current affairs. And for the advertisers and the clients, we can just provide the right platform to reach out to the millions of Nepalis in Nepal or outside the Nepal.
Hamro Patro is one of the mainstream digital platform where we can add or promote our products or campaigns, because he've already said like one user spends on an average 40 minutes per day at Hamro Patro, and that's a big user engagement anyway. And now I would like to get into personal things. As Shankar is today here, and can you please tell us one of the most happiest moment of your life?
So there are many happy moments. So it's a tough question. So happiest moment. So I think from my childhood I wanted to be a computer engineer, and then my financial background is not that strong, right? So I really wanted to get a scholarship. So when I got scholarship in Pulcher campus, that was I think one of the most happiest. Then I thought, okay, I can fulfill my dream. Yeah.
And then the whole journey began, like
Yeah.
getting enrolled with engineering and all. One funny incident I would like to share with you, Shankar, today. It's a pretty good coincidence also too. I mean, once there was a troll. So there was a troll, and that troll said, like, if you have girlfriend, at the morning she would send you text, good morning baby, or something. So if you have no one, then Hamro Patro would send you notification.
Yeah.
And they trolled me because I was the one to write that. Shankar, I would also like to ask, I mean, in regards to Nepali entrepreneurship, because we have been redefining the entire meaning of entrepreneurship in Nepal. So, and for the economic upliftment, and for the, I mean, self-employment and kind of things. We are also combating with a lot of people getting to foreign lands for their employment. So maybe the entrepreneurship is one of the key to stop that trend. In terms of entrepreneurship, why are Nepali entrepreneurs not being able? Okay, let me reframe this. How can Nepali entrepreneurs be more inspired to invest in technology, and why are not they sufficiently investing, or the impacts are not higher on the technological investment?
Okay, so basically, I think everything's boils down to the market. So if there's a big market, then there will certainly be investments. So maybe before this COVID or the pandemic, right? So the trust, people didn't trust the digital the platform, right? And then, but after the COVID, people started trusting the digital market. So one of the reasons that there was not much investment in the IT sectors in Nepal was because there was not much e-commerce activities, or people were not spending money digitally. So that was one of the major factors that was affecting Nepali markets. So of course, we had lots of IT engineers, or the engineers, and most of the people were working for the outsourcing companies, right? So because of the cost, Nepal is one of the cheaper destinations for the IT services. So that's why I think from 2000 to 2000, maybe let's say 18 or something. So people were mostly focusing on this outsourcing market. So that was creating enough employments as well, but that was not benefiting. We were not benefiting as a country from those IT resources. But thankfully, sadly to say, because of this pandemic, people have more trust on the digital platform now, and so many people are already engaged with the digital things now, and people are spending money digitally, and that will actually help to grow this market, the IT market. So yeah, so I think it's the right time if you are the IT entrepreneur. So this is the right time because the people are trusting the digital platform, and they are very eager to try out new services. So I think this is the right time. So I think we have seen, if you compare 5 years ago and now, so I think it's a good market right now. I think everything is driven by the market. I think it's the right time, and then because the market is ready now.
For technological ventures and all.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So what's your future plan? I mean, we have seen news, Forex, gold, silver rates, blogs, radios, I mean, and news aggregations and all. So what are the upcoming features that you're offering to Hamro Patro users?
So yeah, so at one time we usually work on 2-3 ideas, and then we don't know which idea will success, and that's how we start, right? So everything's experiment. So right now we are just working on the 3 major things. One is the messaging and the chatting. So what we saw is that there are so many messaging apps, but none of them are Nepali apps. So we just recently released the messaging and the calling features. So that's one of the first one and only Nepali app that allows people to call with each other. So that's the major focus for us for right now. So create our own Nepali, the messaging platform, or the communication tool. So that's one thing that I was seeing the gap, because we want to have. Now we are dependent on some other the international apps, but I thought maybe there is a market for that, so that we can just, for example, it won't be really interesting if you just get the ringtone in the Nepali traditional music when you just get the receipt, right? So with the external apps or the international app, that's not possible. So we wanted to make sure that the messaging also localized, so that we can use our own messaging platforms, right? That's one of the major thing. Another is we are also very soon starting with the remittance. This app actually started when I was a student outside of Nepal, and then the second features that we added in Hamro Patro is a foreign exchange, because I wanted to know what's the dollar price, right? So that I can send the money when the exchange rate is high. So so that's, and also forex is one of the very popular features for the diaspora community. So that's why we wanted to create this platform so that people can easily send money with the very low fee and then higher exchange rate. So that's the remittance is the next other features that we are working. And the third feature is that now we are trying to, as I said earlier, that people have more trust in the e-commerce thing. So as a Hamro Patro, we started with the news aggregation, and then we also aggregate the radio. We want to aggregate all the e-commerce platform in Nepal. So that's why we are releasing very soon a platform where the e-commerce sites can sell their product directly from Hamro Patro.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's the three main the bait that we are taking right now.
Yeah, that's so, I mean, inspiring, because the app that we downloaded for the calendar is now also, I mean, equipped with radios, news, and forex, and remittance, and e-commerce. There's a word in English, we call it panacea. So that means you might have 100 of diseases, but there is only one medicine that cures every disease, and that's panacea. So this is a technological panacea for Nepali, because that's how we got literate with application movement, and now we have everything into Hamro Patro. And that's so, I mean, we have invested a lot of time and a lot of, I mean, investments, and we all are so benefited out of it, especially the messenger one, because I just imagine when I could receive a call and the caller tune would be in Nepali. And that's so customized that.
Yeah.
And to all of us who are listening or we're watching this show, if you're using Hamro Patro, please try these features. And if you're not downloaded a mobile application, I would say that's not a Nepali smartphone. Because to be a Nepali smartphone, you must have Hamro Patro in it. This show is about inspirations. So you are an example to inspire Nepali people. And how is life itself inspiring you?
The most inspiring moment for me was seeing the Nepali text on the computer. So back in 1998 or something. So that's what I think. What I want to do, the impact that we can create for the Nepali community. That's what inspires me every day. And then, so what every Nepali should do is what they can do for the Nepal, and then they take inspirations from the smaller things. Like, for example, Nepali text, I think inspired me a lot. So because Nepal, I mean, we don't have to, so someone says that Nepal is ahead of 57 years for the calendar, but the rest of things we are behind 100 years. So that shouldn't be the reality. So every Nepali should do something to make our country a better and a better place to be.
That's so nice of you, Shankar. And any key messages you would like to deliver to the people who are watching us or listening us through Hamro Patro podcast?
Yes, so first of all, I would like to thank you everyone, every Nepali users, and for giving Hamro Patro so much love and the feedback. And then also, as your program is inspirations, so try to find the inspirations from smaller things, and then so how you use that inspirations to make yourself a better person or provide a better life for every Nepali, I think is the main key motto for everyone. So thank you for having me in this show. So yes, I'm also inspired by your show and what you have done. So inspiration should be one of the essence of life. So that's what your program is. So thank you so much for having me in this program.
Thank you, Shankar Dai. And I would like to say 5 more Shankars in Nepal, 5 more Shankar Uprety in Nepal. We could, create a revolution technically. That's what I'm so impressed by, the leadership that you undertake in Hamro Patro. I'm so impressed. I've seen that journey of Hamro Patro from 500,000 to more than 10 million. So that's not an accident. That's the result and output of the hard work and the vision that you have. And best of luck, Shankar Dai.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
To our audiences who are watching us tonight, this was the inspiring episode of Inspirations, and this is a new season of Inspiration. And tonight we were with Mr. Shankar Uprety, founder of Hamro Patro, Nepal's most downloaded mobile application. I'd already said it's more like a panacea. It has everything that an average Nepali needs. The technical navigator of Nepalis inside Nepal and outside Nepal. So keep watching us. We will be back with a new episode of inspirations with someone who can inspire you. Thank you very much for being with us.